Hey guys, Misfortune Girl here. Today I figured we'd just get back on our Slay the Spire grinding. Let's hop into Ascension 2 on the Watcher. The rest of my characters are at 3 or 4, so I figured we might as well just hop in real quick. Given this a couple of attempts. He says hello again. Yeah, my last 10 months is so good. Let's see what we can get done with that if we take it. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so no matter which path I take, I'd only get 3 for right. So you know what? I usually greed for this. Let's take the max HP. I think that could be helpful. And then let's work our way for... So there's a lead here. One here. So if I take this leftmost pass, the problem is I am locking myself in a triple elite fight, but I think on the first floor that might be fine. Let's give that a try and get some early relics. Ascension 2 isn't bad at all from what I've seen compared to other ones, but we'll see what we can do. I've only given this like a couple tries. It's not been too bad so far. I was able to do Ascension 1 first try because I got a really solid run. I think the main thing that I've had when I do fail attempts on this character in general is just that, let's try this. I have a hard time making sure that I have enough stance change cards that I don't get stuck in Wrath at a really inopportune time. Because sometimes the card energy just deals you dirty and you get stuck in it no matter what, so... Just kind of how this game goes. That's what ended a lot of my runs. It's what, actually... Well... Can I finish this fight if I think I can actually with... Oh yeah, we'll be fine. Yeah, the Wrath form can be super powerful. Divinity Stance even more so, but just kind of depends. Signature move always bites me in the long run. Let's just take hold. Oh, I would have loved some waffles. Let's see. I've tried a couple pressure point builds. I don't think it really tends to go that well. I like to save my money up for some relics, but I actually think Perseverance can be a really solid card. Bowling Bash could be some solid damage depending on which elites we get early. I'd like to get maybe one of the zero cost AoE cards if I can. I always try to have at least one before I hop into my first fight. Just double block here. I believe it's called, it should be called Consecrate, but yeah, this card, I don't know if they have a whole lot of AoE coverage aside from that one card, but that's where I usually feel like, especially with the triple enemy, that we'll put a bunch of useless cards in your hand. Sand of Time can be interesting if you can hold on to it for long enough. I really like these two cards, so let's go with Battle Hymn. Because Smite's already been a really major source when we're in Wrath form of damage, so why not give it a try? Let's wait till next turn, see if we can't whittle this down, so if it does split, we'll have that really low HP. Not exactly what I was looking for. Yeah, that's not the best. That's okay though. Because they do split on whatever HP they had before, so I was hoping for maybe a couple attacking cards there. Luckily neither of them is attacking, so let's pop out Battle Hymn. Carve Reality, and just pop this and weaken this one. Should be able to kill it with the Smite next turn now. Not bad at all. I still have been really enjoying this game though, honestly. I've been trying to find some different games to play on the channel. Other than just Isaac and Slay the Spire. We'll see though. I'd like to maybe do some Genshin videos, but I think Genshin content does a little bit better when it's edited. I figured I might show maybe when I roll on Yelan here in a little bit, because that patch is going live soon. But I think we'll go ahead and either upgrade. That would be very good to have. I like upgrading Eruption though, so you can enter Wrath for a little bit cheaper. But let's see what we can do. It's this enemy. Okay, we definitely want to end this fight ASAP. We started with Battle Hymn anyways. Not a good starting hand. Usually I like to deal as much damage as I can on this first turn. But let's see. Honestly, against this enemy, I usually just don't go for the defenses. I know it stinks to take some chip damage, especially if he makes us vulnerable like that, but we're adding strength to it. So sometimes you can get that really solid balance, and you know what, let's see if we can't get into Wrath Form. Well, if we get into Wrath Form next time, those Smites will be really good, and it should be our last card in the deck here. But if you add defenses, except for maybe the turn or two right before you're about to kill it, it just raises its strength, and then it hits you even harder. There we might have been able to save some HP if we'd done a little bit of defense. Like I said, maybe try and do some defense the turn you're going to end the fight, but it's fine. This card's really cool, but I'm not going to go for it. Let's try Crushed Ones. I don't think we need to heal just... Well, let's double check, because I know we have double... You know what? Because we have 2 guaranteed elite fights before we can heal again, let's just heal just to be safe. Ordinarily, I probably would be a little greedy there and skip, but looking at the path, that might not be the best idea. Frozen Egg's really solid. I believe that's the skill one? No, it's the power one. Okay. Toxic Egg is the skill. Molten Egg is definitely power. That's still good. Any investment in the rest of the run getting first, first floor is incredibly good. And actually, if I'd used Halt there for free, I could have applied Vulnerable, but it's okay. I just wanted to output as much damage as I could, which... that's not good. Let's lower them both to 1. Throw up as much defense as we can. I hate to take some damage here on this kind of trash mob fight, but just how it goes. If I had applied Vulnerable there, I think I could have killed one, but then we would have taken Vulnerable for the other one. I think it still would have been a net positive, but it's okay. Stance Potion. Honestly, I really like the Liquid Memories, and the Block Potion's solid. They're still early on. I don't think I need to necessarily worry about getting stuck into Wrath form. I think I can afford to do it, but... Ooh, this is sometimes really, really bad for me. I have notoriously bad luck, usually, so let's see what happens here. Please don't give me a curse. What is this? I actually don't know what that is. Oh. You just shift me. What? What? Fair enough, dude. It's fine. Yeah, this is the fight I was hoping I had to consecrate for. We don't have any AoE ability here, unfortunately, though. So we'll do that. We can at least block this one's attack, but without the ability to launch some AoE, the problem with this fight is you a lot of times can't get rid of them fast enough to avoid having a ton of these dazed cards in your hand, which is really, really dangerous. We might have to pop a couple of these. Bowling Bash is really solid, though. In fact, if I do this, I can finish one of them off, and we'll pop the Miracle just to get a little bit of luck. I'd like to retain that Perseverance, but Bowling Bash is probably going to be one of our main sources of DPS so far this fight. Because we took out one of the ones that attacks at the same time, though, only one of them will be attacking at a time, which is very solid. I would love to enter Eruption here. The problem is... You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to pop my Block Potion. I don't know why I did that. I forgot about my Captain's Wheel, actually. That's awkward. But the idea here was to, take that one out immediately. And, yeah, I didn't need to pop my Block Potion. Oops. I had Captain's Wheel, and I actually think I had the damage from switching there, but... Here, luckily, we should be able to finish it off next turn, unless we're super unlucky. Before it goes for another attack, because we'll now have Guaranteed Smite for 24 damage. While we're in Wrath form, so we just need one attack, which we did get. Very nice. Honestly, not the worst fight. I think we took, 10 damage there. That's not bad at all. Blood Vials, extra sustain. And I am going to grab... I like collecting as many powers as I can. Let's grab one more card, though, because we really only have the one Tranquility card, which is an Exhaust card for exiting our stance. Here's another fight. Not ideal, but that's fine. Much as I would love to enter Wrath here, I think I am just going to defend. Alright, it's tagging again. Let's pop Vigilance and an attack. Not bad. Next turn we'll have Captain's Wheel, so we can go full damage next turn. These relics honestly are really useful. They definitely fade off in elites and fights such as that, but I should have used that immediately. That's fine. But I believe the other one is it's like Anchor's turn 1. I can never remember all of them whenever I try to think of them. But Anchor is turn 1, there's a turn 2 one, and then Captain's Wheel's turn 3. All very, very helpful. Even just for run-of-the-mill fights makes you just a little more helpful. And you know what? Honestly, I'm going to skip here. Just Lucky isn't bad. I really do love my zero-cost cards, but I think with this character too, a big part of the reason some of my runs have been failing is because I've been overstuffing my hand, which results in me being in a really poor position. And I was admittedly hoping to grab my Wrath stance there just to get a little bit more damage down. That's fine, though. We'll hold that off for DPS phase. Once again, we're going to want to try and kill this one ASAP. I might take some damage to do it just because playing skills does strengthen this guy. Hold this Might though for Wrath form. These are going to be really helpful for the boss though. Yeah, there it is. And you know what, if I Liquid Memories... Crush Joins, we can finish off. That's helpful. Fossilized Helix, that's helpful. Honestly, not. And there's my Consec right now. Still helpful to have some AoE. And you know what? I think I can get by on this boss fight with 48 HP. I mean, I can double check. Look, it is the... Okay, it's the slime boss, so you know what? Let's actually upgrade Consecrate too. AoE or maybe the smites or anything would be helpful, but... This boss really has the big turn where it prepares and does the slime crush move. And then after that, it's mostly just making sure that you're monitoring its damage so that it's not just destroying you. Unless we enter Wrath form, I don't think we can stop it from doing its major attack, because this turn it preps for its next attack. But we can lay down a lot of damage, and as long as we get a couple attacks, actually, we might be able to stop it from doing this attack. I believe it's at about 72-ish that it stops from attacking. There we go, solid, and we'll prep that, and let's prep the Mental Fortress as well. We could have done a little bit more damage there, that wouldn't have been bad, because again, once it splits, it's at that HP, but 51 HP is honestly not bad for this. 36 damage here is not good, but we can deal enough damage for sure to cause it to split here. Yeah. And as always, we have the extra liquid memories. Pop another card. That won't be useful once our discard pile cycles out here. But extra energy is also very good. And honestly, I'm just gonna take these out. Actually, what I should have done is bowling bash this one before I killed either of these. That's fine though. For now, oh, there we go. Let's just make sure that these go down. Half out that one right there. And we should be good. Honestly, if we get some good attacking cards here, we might be able to finish it off before it even splits. Yeah, I was gonna say, because we have our extra. Very nice. Yeah, we actually ended up with more HP because of our blood vial than we started with. That's just the power of being able to stick in Wrath stance. Alpha could be good. Basically, you play Alpha, then it shifts to Beta, then it shifts to Omega. Each one shuffles in the draw pile. Once you get to Omega, it goes up 1, 2, 3 in cost. Omega does 50 damage to everything. Very, very fun card. Not exactly the most reliable thing, though. Spirit Shield isn't bad. I think I'm actually going to grab Master Reality, though. I already have quite a few good powers. It's already upgraded because of our Frozen Egg. And in total, we have a solid amount of powers. And here, I like being able to get potions. I think they're very, very helpful consumables. I'm going to grab Calling Bell. It basically gives you a non-playable belt that you can't get rid of. In exchange for 3 relics, though, very, very helpful. We can Mulligan now every turn whenever we play Power card, which we have quite a few built up right now. Random card costs 0. And then first time we lose HP, we draw 3 cards. And we also have our Falsified Helix, which prevents that first time, so that'll hold off for a little bit, hopefully, till we have some powers and energy gain down. And it looks like no matter what path we do aside from this far left one, we will have 2 elites back to back. That's fine. I think I want to go for double question mark here, or maybe we should head to that shop. We do have quite a bit of money here. We could probably buy a solid relic or 2, which is always helpful. And here it's giving us the chance to mulligan some of our cards. I'm actually going to mulligan these 2. Basically get that chance every single battle. Consecrate is free. Let's lay down Battle Hymn. Makes this block free. We can block all of its damage. Perfect. But this relic is honestly very, very helpful, especially when you have a bunch of powers, because it makes those turns where you are setting up quite a bit less costly. Very nice. So now, what's nice about these 2 ones is now, because it upgrades them, our future smites are going to be upgraded as well. And here we're actually just going to lay down as much damage as we can. This guy hexes me, so now non-offensive cards, I believe. We'll add a Daze to our deck. Or I believe it's our discard. No, it is into the deck. Okay. Not the biggest issue, honestly. And because it's not attacking, I can just go ahead and enter an aggressive stance here. I should have done that first. It's still not a big deal. It's dead. Signature move, Empty Fist. I do quite like Prostrate. Can be good if we get the power that gives us Mantra over time. So, you know, let's buy into it for a little bit because it's already upgraded for free for us. Mantra form, or Divinity Stance, I mean. It's very, very helpful. I will actually take this because I can get rid of it at that upcoming shop. Okay, 3 attacks to give us Dexterity. That allows our 0 cost cards to be very, very helpful as well. Yeah, as always, this thing's going to block first. Pop that out. Pop that out. I don't mind setting up powers here. Oh yeah, and we're going to be able to set up pretty much all of these powers. Very nice. Alright, so here, that's free. I'm trying to decide. I'm willing to kind of take some really chip damage here, I don't really mind. I'm just trying to decide if it matters what order, because this only matters if I was to play skill. And you know what? Well, no, it has artifacts, actually. So we'll pop this Might. Pop that, pop that. We gain a bit of dexterity for that. Kunai is very, very nice, so is the Shuriken. Gain a little bit of dexterity, Shuriken gives strength if you use 3 attacks. We do have our first buffer here. This is where things start to hurt, but we have our Captain's View here, so I'm going to go ahead and enter Rast Dance and just take this enemy out. We are pretty strong once we can enter that Rast Dance. We don't have quite the ability to, like... I'm gonna grab another Halt. Here, we have quite a bit of ability to exit Rast Dance, which is usually what I'm concerned about. The hilarious issue now is that we actually don't have a whole lot of ability to enter Rast Dance. It's pretty much just our Eruption at the moment. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to pop the Explosive Potion. Eruption. Strike this one. So that's going to... Oh, it didn't stun it. Oops. Well, in that case, pretty much stop that one from doing anything. We are going to take 6 damage here. Not a big deal. We are ending the turn in Rast Dance, but I mostly wanted to make sure that this was stunned. Oh, and I keep forgetting about our buffer. Very, very helpful. Finish this enemy off. And I could exit the stance here, but like I said earlier, we have so many cards that let us exit Rast Dance at the moment. What I'm really concerned about is being able to enter it, ironically. But here, we can do a lot of attacking. Very nice. The next turn we can end it, so not even a concern. But yeah, this buffer is doing so much to help us with chip damage. Very, very helpful. A lot of times these regular fights, as you could see, we would have taken 1 or 2 hits. Would have been a problem. I really like Flurry of Blows. Very, very helpful card. Let's go ahead and head into the shop before we go into the double elite fight. See what you got. Another power. He actually has this. This is a very, very powerful DPS attack if I'm in Wrath form. But I do want the Anchor. I'm actually not a huge fan of the Prismatic Shard. Getting cards from other characters sounds really cool, but a lot of times out of sight of a few very specific cards, I actually don't find it that helpful. I feel like it makes their own a little bit more dangerous. So I'm going to grab... You know, let's try it. And let's grab Wallop as well. Now we're down to 0 money, but it'll be a while before we hit another shop. Anyways, not a big deal. Kind of wish I'd saved that Explosive Potion now, but it's fine. Let's pop these out. I could pop out the Miracle if I really wanted to, but I don't. Lay down 2 powers. Bowling Bash will not kill this one. And we are going to take some damage here, unless I'm trying to decide what the play here is, actually. So I can Bowling Bash this guy. Pop a Liquid Memories, I think, to do another Bowling Bash and just completely finish this minion. Pop a Defense, we will take a little bit of damage here. But that's fine. You could argue that I could have killed this one, and I would have taken a little bit less damage, for sure. But I actually don't mind doing, investing into what I did there. So here, I'm going to Crush Joints. Flurry of Blows. And then, I'd love... Well, let's just try it. Because at least, yeah, I was going to say, if at least 1 strike hits this one, it'll die. No reason not to play that. Very nice. I'm a little surprised this enemy didn't buff. Usually he buffs the first turn. But not a big deal. And luckily, yeah, there it is. The minions that he summoned this time actually aren't that big of a threat. This one I can just pop. Weaken this one. In fact, we can just kill this one. But this one basically is not a factor for quite a bit of time. What it tries to do is it takes like 2 turns where it does nothing, and then it hits you with a Hyper Beam, I believe it is. Which is dangerous, but not so much if it's not doing anything, as he wants to keep summoning his allies. Not a big deal. Hey, Tranquility Free, that's a little bit unfortunate. But we're just whittling down the boss. But again, we need a couple cards to enter Rast Dance. This is usually not an issue. But here it's proving to be quite an issue, hilariously enough. What I think we do here, as much as I hate to waste the smites, well, what I could actually do is maybe kill one of the minions, kill the one that's going to do more damage. Actually, yeah, I could have killed the boss, oops. But I could use Halt. Not in any danger, but yeah, I should have just attacked it, I didn't realize. Because it would have done 32 damage each plus the initial Wrath form damage, but with our smites, plus like 1 attack, we should be able to kill the boss, if not a big deal. Oh yeah, we're good. Literally just one attack, even if we exit Wrath Form, so not we can do it. But this is why I like this Perseverance card is, once upgraded, I think it goes by 3 per combat, or per block, yeah, but it just retains in your hand, and you just get to sit there and cook up a little bit of block in case you need it. A lot of the retain cards, there's also like the Windmill Strike that you hold in your hand, and, you know, gains more and more damage. Extra dexterity, we have quite a bit of ability to build dexterity here, which is nice. Honestly, I'm just going to take another Battle Hymn. Once both of them are down, we have quite a few powers here, but now I really don't need to worry about having other attacks, because I can produce 2 smites per turn. And I did just remember I did not get rid of that curse, but because of our relic to mulligan, it doesn't matter that it's innate. In fact, we can just guarantee that it's at the bottom of the discard pile. This fight's a little bit scary. Okay, here what we'll do is we'll get rid of this. I'm honestly going to pass on a strike. Perfect. Double battle him. You know, we will pop both our blocks here. We're still going to take some damage. This fight always does quite a bit of damage. I believe they always attack first turn. I don't know about consecutive turns, but they're very, very dangerous. I know a couple of them can do some debuffs instead, but yeah, I like this one here. Now, what I think I will do is do this. Pop these miracles here. We're just going to go for it. Let's Ragnarok. Very nice. And then I could carve reality to add another smite into my hand, but I'm producing 2 every turn. We are going to take 14 damage here. That's not a big deal, though. Very nice. Oh, I forgot about that debuff. I actually should have killed this one. Oops. That'll upgrade my smites as I get them. We are about to take a lot more damage than I would have liked. Oh wait, Captain's Seal, that worked out really well. Yeah, I was gonna say, I was like, wait a second, I got stuck into this. But as of right now, honestly, I'm fine with dumping most of my attacks because I'll be producing so many smites every turn that it's really a non-factor to have other cards outside maybe some extra AoE. That's gonna upgrade all our strikes, which is helpful. Lesson learned. This card is so cool, I really love taking it. The problem is, honestly, a lot of times making sure that that's the card that ends an enemy isn't always worth it. I'm going to take a Deceive Reality. It's helpful, don't get me wrong. It's just the investment into it in the past, from what I've realized, is it sounds really cool to get free upgrades, but most of the time it doesn't actually end up being that helpful. Especially since you can't control which ones it is. That's actually really good, because it means that we enter boss combats, always with extra ones. Yeah, I'm going to steal from this guy, because we can prevent it, and that's just 2 free upgrades, very nice. Have you no shame? I'm sorry, dude. But I had this on Momori, so I was going to negate the curse, so I just kind of was like, well, you know, I would have paid you if I could have. Okay, this guy can give me some cards. Sanctity, Halt. Halt, Bandage Up. Bandage Up might be helpful. Sanctity, we'll take it. I would like, ooh. So I got a 1 in 5 of getting either Wrath or Diva form here. Oh yeah! Diva form is insanely good. It's like a win con for this character. Because once you play it, it obviously costs all your energy for that turn unless you have extra energy. But what's crazy about this card, and in fact, let's see if we can cycle to it. It's every consecutive turn. We didn't get that, that's fine. Every consecutive card once you have Diva form, every consecutive turn, sorry, English, gives you more and more energy. So I play it the first turn, the next turn I start with 4 energy. The following turn I start with 5 energy. And it basically stacks infinitely, and you end up just having an insane amount of power. Now, what is unfortunate is this guy did mess up my stuff here. But he made that smite free. But this Confuse effect is weird, because sometimes it really helps you. Sometimes it basically just destroys your hand. I found that when you have cheaper cost cards, yeah, like all of these went up to 3 costs. So we're just going to do this. Like this enemy can really destroy you if it makes some of your like 0 and 1 cost cards cost 2 or 3, but it can make your expensive cards cost much less. It didn't actually affect Diva form, that's interesting. We're late enough into this fight though that I don't think it's actually worth it to do that. Let's minimize. Oh, I could have done a little bit more damage with Flurry of Blows. Flurry of Blows always returns to your hand whenever you change forms. Really, really like it. Again, we don't have the best ability to change forms, but the fight was about to end anyways. Windmill Stance Crescendo finally, another ability to enter Wrath. And if upgraded, that card's actually free, and you know what, that's what I might do here. What's his Ragnarok? 6 damage 6 times. Ooh, that's actually a fairly big DPS upgrade, because you have to consider that goes from 25 damage to 36 on base, and it's double that difference when you're in Wrath form. So you know what, let's give that a try. Upgrading Diva form, I believe, just makes it so it's no longer ethereal, but generally speaking, especially in a boss or late fight, I'm going to play it every chance I get. If it made it innate, I think it would actually be much better, but here, I'm gonna pop these out. This card's really good, though. It adds a safety that's a 12 block card, and you know what, actually, maybe we should keep that. I can get rid of this. But as you can see, our deck's so big right now that it's actually kind of difficult to make sure that we can get the cards that we want, which is kind of an issue, but it was just kind of how it went. We kind of invested early into power and then ended up getting, you know, all the powers that give us smites, which wasn't exactly expected, but it is just how it is sometimes. And here, because we still have our... Oh, wait, we don't have Fossilized Helix up. I think I can still afford to do this. Kill this one. Do this. How much block can I gain this turn? Yeah, enough that it's fine. I'll only lose 1 HP. I'd like to remain in Wrath form, just because it makes it much easier to do damage. Because the problem is we have a 33 card deck right now, and we only have 2 cards that allow us to enter Wrath. But here we're going to do as much damage as possible. And in fact, we can finish it. Very nice. But here I actually think we don't want to be... Ooh, that's nice. One more AoE card. I like to have at least 2, so you know what, we'll take it. But I really don't want to be adding more cards to my deck. Like I was saying, we're hitting kind of the point where, because we have this ability to put down powers and just get smites through both of our powers, the Battle Hymn was the one that's upgraded, it makes it very difficult to work around it. And I don't need to make the second one an 8, I don't think. I'm trying to think what would be helpful. That's just 3 more block on it. It doesn't affect the safety that you create. Card Reality, honestly, at this point, this card is so redundant, I'd like to get rid of it if possible, but don't think it will be. And I just realized our Diva form already came upgraded then. So let's just upgrade Crescendo. Same thing as Crescendo and Tranquility are both basically cards that I like to have 1 or 2 of each in. You retain them, but they're only 1 use per battle, but when upgraded, they're free. Basically just a free stance change. We also have this stance potion now, so if we have the opportunity to go for a really big damage phase on an enemy, we can go for it just by popping the stance potion. Here, as always, Wraith can go. Ragnarok can go. I don't think it'll be super helpful here. Tranquility as well. These can all go. And we got Diva form. Perfect. Let's just invest into that. And we will, unfortunately... That's okay. I was gonna say, I hate to get rid of my Fossilized Helix here this early, but... just kind of the way it goes. I realized, at first I was confused because this is grayed out, but I think it's because it just immediately gives you the buff, so it doesn't count. And here, I don't think it's quite time to enter Wrath form here. Let's save 2 of our smites though. Luckily we're stacking dexterity because of the kunai fairly fast, so that's always helpful. Now we can enter Wrath form. I think this is where, yeah, especially if it's buffing, perfect time to do it. All of these smites are going to be doing so much damage. And we'll do Bowling Bash as well. Very nice. We got a lot of damage down that turn. We do need to be careful, obviously, because this enemy is dangerous. Does a lot of damage, but he's actually going for another non-attacking turn, which is nice. But as you can see, because of that Diva form now that's popping up, we're getting so much energy every turn that we can basically get to the point where we can play almost everything we need to. So between the kunai, between our Diva form, between our powers and everything, we are incredibly powerful over the long run. There's our second Battle Hymn. And I think we can block pretty much all of its damage here, yeah. No need to even waste Perseverance, we can retain that. And crazy. That's just what Diva form does though, is it's really dangerous. Like, I think this is a win con for heart runs. The problem I've had on those heart runs is you do have to fight that elite enemy, followed by a... well, you have to fight the double elite enemy with the back attack mechanic. And how much damage is he doing? I can afford to stand Wrath Stance here. But you have to fight the back attack mechanic elite enemy, followed by the heart itself. And so that's 2 turns where if you're taking just a little bit of chip damage while you're setting up, both times, it makes it very difficult to actually be able to survive those fights. And that's the issue that I've had. But they're not really a huge ability to gain Mantra, which is a little bit disappointing, but Mantra is also a very big win condition. There's a good power that gives you like 2 or 3 if it's upgraded every turn. And Mantra is crazy powerful because basically you don't have the downside of taking double damage and you deal triple damage, but it only lasts for 1 turn. We do need to try and kill it this turn, which we should be able to. Wow. Yeah, I was going to say, that's the danger of Wrathform. We didn't even heal before this fight though, and we only took about half the health that we went into it with. Here, Brilliance is good. The problem is we don't have any ability to gain Mantra aside from the 1 0 cost card. Establishment is not an issue for retaining and reducing cost because of Diva Form. And Wish could be good. Basically just plated armor, strength for fights. But now we're up to 35 cards in our deck. Honestly, at this point, it might be worth it to get rid of. That would be very bad for us. 3 miracles at the start of every hand, sure. But again, at this point, we honestly need to be removing some of the useless attacks from our hand, because we've overstuffed our deck, and it's becoming a bit of a problem. So let's make our way to the shop. See, if there's not a good relic to buy, we'll probably remove a card. If there is, though, I'm just going to buy the relic. We already have quite a few, but that doesn't mean it hurts to have some. And here, we can get rid of this. This. The rest of the cards are actually fine. Let's do this. Let's throw out the block for the thorns. Shadow him, strike. There we go. And our buffer will eat that first damage. The thorns enemy is always really annoying. But the exploder, I just get rid of the exploder immediately. It might actually be worth it because the exploder doesn't blow up for like 3 turns to focus the thorn enemy before it builds up a bunch of it, but I'm never quite sure. And you know what, I'll take a bit of damage just to make sure this enemy dies. Yeah. And starting with 3 miracles now is so nice. But unless... Ooh, Conclude is really good. Oh god, but I keep telling myself not to continue to add cards in my deck. That's a big flaw I have with this game, but then it's offering me, like, good cards. Yeah, the curse honestly isn't a big issue, though, because I can get rid of it. Tranquility can go. I can go. I think we'll keep the free block, just because it's dealing some damage here. These enemies, I mean, it was annoying to get a question mark fight, but not a huge deal. We were able to completely block. Well, no, we're gonna have to... Yeah, I was gonna say. We were real close to not wasting our buffer there. Are they blocking this turn? 2 of them are, okay. Swap this. Swap this. There it is. Try and lay down as much damage as we can here. Make sure we don't take any damage. The problem with these enemies is if you don't kill them all within 2 turns of each other, and they do like to put up a bunch of block, they will revive at 50% health, as you can see here. Very annoying. So I usually just try to lower them. This is one of the endgame enemies, but I think having things like Consecrate is very, very helpful. Ooh, that's annoying. Oh, that made Diva Form free. Never mind. Very helpful. We can just destroy this one, as well as this one, though. And we have 58 block, jeez. And now we just need to make sure to kill this one within... I believe this next turn, because it counts this first turn as a regrowing turn. But we were always going to get a guaranteed smite, so it wasn't a big deal. Alright. This could be nice, but at this point, the Flurry Blows damage is honestly pretty underwhelming. So let's just pass. Especially if... Is the boss time boss? Okay, that's not as big of a deal. Bit of a battle of attrition against that boss, but as long as we get Diva Form down, shouldn't be a huge problem. Get rid of this. This isn't a big deal. Get rid of this. Okay, first turn Diva Form's always nice. In fact, I should have played my powers to try and lower the cost of Diva Form again, but I didn't think about it. So we'll Deceive Reality. Don't even need to pop these. Very nice. But I do really like our current build. This Mummified Hand makes it so much more safe to set up our defensive abilities. This turn we definitely will be taking some damage though, which is unfortunate. But just kind of the way it goes sometimes. Let's pop the exploder though for a good chunk of damage. Actually, we still have our buffer, don't we? Yeah, we do. Yeah, this build wouldn't have honestly been terrible for trying to fight the heart, but I'm not exactly at a point where I really want to be looking for a heart fight yet. I should have Bolting Bashed before I killed that. Not a big deal though. We have enough block for this now. I'd like to prevent its debuff if possible, which I can. But as you can see, the amount of energy we're gaining from Diva Form makes it so even these miracles aren't necessarily necessary. I like to get that upgrade there because the other boss options weren't that good. And it basically just gave us the safety to set up. But later on, they're just kind of like, we don't even need the energy. No, it's here. I need to stop adding cards in my deck. Begin to fall. I think Crush Joints here is probably the most losable thing, and we already were trying to slim down our deck, so no harm, no foul. Alright, what have we got? Peace Pipe, honestly, that would have been good. Dang. Whenever you break an enemy's block, our boss this floor is the enemy that revives itself. Judgment is hilarious, but I usually take Judgment when it's offered at like a boss fight for the simple fact of it lets you kind of negate fights, kind of end them before you'll take chip damage, but with our current build, that hasn't been an issue. Start of each combat, draw 2 additional cards. That would be really good. And then we'll go ahead and remove this curse, because it's innate. We can always guarantee re-roll it. But that's an extra card, you know, that's another card we could also re-roll to try and get something meaningful like Diva Form immediately. So, and I think I might take this rightmost path here, because I can't use the shop, but it'd give me a couple more campfire upgrades, and I don't feel like we need to be fighting elites for extra relics right now. I feel like we're strong enough that I'm not really concerned about anything. Could upgrade Wish. Ooh. That's going to be very helpful for the final fight, getting extra strength. The problem with this boss, actually, is that on its first phase, I believe it does buff itself so that playing power cards gives it permanent strength. But our setup is still so powerful that I don't think that's a huge concern. That is something to keep in mind. Ceramic Fish, a little bit late for that to be helpful. Again, I don't think I need to make both of these innate. You know what, let's upgrade, maybe concludes as a 4 damage net increase. Yeah, let's upgrade these. Because it does spawn in with 2 cultists for this boss, and I'm just keeping in mind what I need to do to make sure that I can actually kill this boss. Probably can't do anything except remove a card here. Yeah, none of these potions really... well... what would I get rid of? I would honestly probably just get rid of something pretty useless here, like... the, where is it? The now extremely redundant Carve Reality. I just think this could be really helpful for the boss. And we'll pick up this potion too, just because. Alright, let's hop into this fight. Hopefully it doesn't use its debuff immediately. Okay, good. If it does its debuff immediately, it's actually a huge issue. Get rid of all these. Okay. Let's enter Wrathworm. Pop this. We have double halt here, so we shouldn't even need to exit Wrathworm. Very nice, yeah. Halt is very, very helpful for being able to stay in Wrathworm. So I'm glad we were able to pick up a couple. It is doing its power here. Very big issue, because now it's going to passively do 10 damage to us every turn. But we're just going to go full ham here with our miracles, and we should be able to do almost enough damage to kill it. So it shouldn't be actually that big of an issue. Oh, that's actually going to do more damage, yeah. Wow. That was pretty crazy. I don't think I need another Stance Potion. Conjure Blade. I'm actually going to grab that just because late game with Diva Blade, if we hold that for like a second cycle or a third cycle, with Diva Form, we could just get a massive one and just destroy everything. And this is actually, honestly, a fine starting hand. Because what I can do here is pop both these. Consecrate. throw up a little bit of block. Ragnarok became free. Here. I was gonna say, we're definitely gonna take some thorn damage here, which is annoying. But just kind of how it goes. And we are gonna take some chip damage here. So we may not be going into the final fight with full health, which isn't good. But it's fine. Flip some block. Make sure we play this. And we'll just take him out here, actually. Yeah, those Thorn enemies are really, really bad for multiple hit attacks like that. I just wanted to end that fight ASAP. Okay, this enemy is dangerous as well. Alright, well, that doesn't have to stay, that doesn't have to stay. That can go, that can go. These I would like to keep, though. Interesting. You know what I think I'm gonna try? Play this. Play this. Okay, that's what I was hoping for, was to make one of those free. Consecrate. Let's get the safety into our hand, because this enemy is dangerous. And then we can get an expunger for, yeah, 15 damage 4 times. That's going to be massive. This enemy is just dangerous because it counts down, and then it really, really starts to hurt every turn following that. Ooh, I really feel the need to get Diva Form down here. So we're going to do it, but we will unfortunately take a hefty chunk of damage here. Not ideal. We weren't taking... Oh wait, no, we have a buffer up. Thank goodness. And we have our Captain's Wheel up here. I'm trying to decide. Yeah, let's greed for this. This is 4 strength for the rest of the fight. Can completely block its damage, and let's just throw down one of our smites. It stinks that we lost our Conjured Blade immediately, but it's not the biggest deal, honestly. Okay, it's debuffing here, so we're going to enter Wrath Form. Might as well pop down Mental Fortress. Yeah, I was going to say, it'll make something free. And then we can just do a ton of damage, and this enemy does take consecutively more damage. So, is this the turn that it starts smacking? Yeah, this is the turn that's really going to start hurting. Can I afford to stay in Wrath Stance? I don't think I can. Actually, yeah, we're fine. 1 damage, not a big deal. We should be able to finish it with a double Conjured Smites next turn. Goodbye. I mean, yeah, we're fine. My hand is full, but the enemy's dead. Hopefully this gives us a handy relic. Thorns isn't bad. Regen Potion, you know what? I'll pop this. It's my safety, but I don't mind getting rid of that for a Regen Potion. Get some health back. Probably just gonna use some in the final fight. This enemy's weird. Every time you hit it through block, it changes its intentions. Diva Form first turn is incredibly helpful. In fact, we don't need this. We'll probably just play defensively this first turn. So pop down Diva Form. And I will pop down this Deceive Reality so that we can hold on to a safety. Safety is just incredibly useful, especially once it's upgraded because of our other power. 13 times 3, we do not want that to be a thing. Pop this down. Play Sanctity so we can draw 2 cards. Conjure Blade is interesting. I don't want it to do that much damage though. 24 is fine. We're going to pop both our miracles here because Diva Form's already active. And we're going to conjure a Blade that's going to do 60 damage. 120 if we're in Wrath Form, and we have Crescendo in our hand. So if we draw that plus an attack or 2, we can probably just end the fight. We didn't, but that's okay. Gain some strength here, and you know what? I'm actually okay with it doing a debuff. And it has 16 block anyways. I'm just basically setting up this combat for a 1-turn... Oh, and it had a curse. That's interesting. I'm setting up for a 1-turn murder. Yeah. Wow, that was crazy. But that's the power, especially if we save that that expunge for a further... I don't think we need anything here. For a later turn on in the battle. There's a lot of potential off that. But we're going in the boss fight full health after all. And here we go. As you can see though, yeah, whenever you play a power card, this guy gains some strength. Definitely don't want to be buffing it for the rest of the fight. Consecrate's actually very helpful here. I'm not going to invest in Wish immediately. So, you know, let's hold off on the Smites maybe for now. Bowling Bash could be very helpful here. Perseverance will pass on. Let's try this. But here we might as well immediately gain free dexterity. Let's apply the weak immediately to this guy, because that'll allow us to go into Wrath form immediately, and we should Flurry Blows here. We want to get rid of the Cultist ASAP in this fight. No reason to leave him alive. Actually, I should have... that's fine. We'll pop this. Take no damage, finish him both. But yeah, honestly, a really good first setting up turn. We still have our regen potion. It's going to have 10 regen every turn, which is annoying. But honestly, outside of some maybe really, really key hours, I'm not going to worry about doing them so far. Sanctity. Let's actually exit this stance. And we're building up so much dexterity because of the kunai. It's actually kind of crazy. But yeah, this fight is honestly going really well. As long as we don't get trapped in Wrath stance or something really dangerous here, we should be a-okay. There's Diva Form. That's the only power that I think I am going to worry about setting up immediately. The rest of them, I'm going to hold off, because I don't want to continually buff. But as you saw, that went from 4x4 to 5x4. Setting up all our powers would probably end up with having like 6 strength. That's just unnecessary. Like, Master Reality helpful, but not helpful if our, we're not really, you know, setting up those. Do I want to save? I'm going to do this just to save my buffer. Maybe for something that'll hurt a little bit more. But, like, that one's only helpful if it's upgrading things like the smites. The safety it could upgrade as well, but we don't have our double smite power down. And here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop this block. Hit this. And you know what? I'm going to go full ham since we already have our Diva Form active to get an Expunger for 6. That's doing 9 damage 6 times. That's crazy helpful. And we are going to lose our buffer here, but that's fine. I'm basically just getting setup done. Ooh. So here what I am going to do, even though it's a little bit dangerous, is I'm going to enter Wrath Form. I'm going to Ragnarok and Expunger. Oh, that's crazy. And we should be able to... Oh, we can't force it. That's interesting. I thought we would be able to force it into its second phase there. We were 8 damage short, which is unfortunate. So maybe we should have played a power here. We're going to take a chunk of damage here, but we're just going to pop a regen potion. And going in with a... Oh, it killed itself on our thorns. Alright, so here it's going to revive, but now we don't have to worry about playing our powers anymore. We can gain permanent strength for this fight. And it's time to just go full ham. Any power we see now, we can play. Oh, I can't attack it right now. Which, unfortunately, we only drew 1, but that's fine. But again, as long as we don't get caught in Wrath Form, as you could see, that enemy could have done a lot of damage to us in a singular turn. Here we didn't draw any... Oh, there we go. I was about to say, we didn't really draw any defensive ability. I'm going to hold on to this safety. And we're looking golden. Only taking 4 damage here. We have so much dexterity because of how much energy we have. We can just prop kunai so many times in a row. It's pretty crazy. Now here we'll do this. But as you can see, even more dexterity. Like, that's crazy. But yeah, this should be completely a 1 run. It's actually really, really solid run. Diva Form, like I said, is just such a win condition. We're up to 10 energy per turn just because of it existing. Was that a skill? Oh, I'm an idiot. Oops. That's fine. Still more than enough block. So, yeah, a few fumbles this fight. I didn't quite play it perfectly. Could have done a few things better, but like, losing energy, that would be a huge issue if we were sitting at 3 base energy, but we're sitting at 11 right now. Perfect. But yeah, these attacks would be hurting a lot more if we'd played our powers the first phase, and I have fallen victim to doing that with a couple characters. For example, the Ironclad needs to get their strength down first phase. You know, there's not a whole lot you can do about that. But this character, we were completely fine with just getting Diva Form down the first time we saw it. Everything else is fine. Up to 10 dexterity, jeez. Every single block we do does 10 extra block, that's insane. There's our Expunger, so you know what? I think it's time to enter Wrathworm, and that should finish the fight. Very nice. Yeah, that was a really clean run, honestly. I'll take it. This is my first try today. I've done... Well, no, I had one attempt that I had one attempt that I rerolled because my recording actually was messing up. But this is my first like actual full attempt today on this, and we were able to get it one run, so I'm really happy with this run. Again, could have played things a little bit better. Maybe if we'd kind of known, like we could have obviously given up the ceramic fish at the end for one of the keys. If we'd maybe pathed for the ruby key, we could have fought the heart. But honestly, I'm not too sad about it. I'll get a heart run eventually. And I usually do my heart runs not on Ascension, so it would have been more difficult regardless. But not a bad run at all. And there we go. Now our Watcher should be caught up to our Defect as well as our Ironclad. And our Silent is one level up. I really like the Silent. Probably my favorite character of the four. But anyways, guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video. It was just a pretty solid, just not super exciting run, but it went well. Really, really good. Thank you so much for watching. I will catch you next time. Bye.